To get started, open Beyond Labs, Gas Properties, Boyle's Law. Click Save to begin saving your data. Select Pressure, and either use the lever to adjust the values or simply type in the values. When you get to 9 atmospheres, you will need to use the lever to go up. Click Stop. This creates a data sheet for your ideal gas 1 in the lab notebook. Type in a label on the right. Don't try to replace the label that's already there, as this will erase the data that you collected. You can copy the data, open up a spreadsheet document, title it, for this experiment, 5-1 ideal gas 1, and then paste the data. You can delete the last 2 columns since we're not looking at temperature in moles in this experiment. You want to move the volume to the right of the pressure since volume in this case is the dependent variable. Calculate the pressure-volume product by typing in equals and then multiplying the contents of the cells for the pressure and volume. By dragging the small square in the lower right-hand corner of the cell all the way to the bottom of the column, you can automatically fill in the rest of the values. Pressure is going to be in the x-axis and volume is going to be in the y-axis as the dependent variable. Highlight these 2 columns and then insert a chart, XY scatter, to plot your data. As you can see, the axes aren't labeled. You can go to Quick Layout menu and select an appropriate design, or you can go to Add Chart Elements and add axis titles that way. Let's rename the x-axis pressure in atmospheres and the y-axis volume in liters. Go ahead and add a chart title. Volume versus pressure for ideal gas 1. It's a good name in this case. We don't need the legend because we're only plotting one set of data. You can also get rid of the extraneous lines. Right-click on one of the points and click Add Trend Line. You can select the trend line that fits your data best and then display the equation on chart describing that line, as well as the r-squared value, which describes how well the equation fits the data. An r-squared value of 1 means 100% fit between the equation and the data. You can extend the trend line a little bit by forecasting in the trend line menu. Now go ahead and copy the pressure column and calculate the inverse pressure by typing in equals 1 over and then selecting the contents of the pressure cell. Once again, drag the contents of that cell to the bottom of the column in order to automatically fill in the rest of the values, and then copy and paste the volume column on the right. This will allow you to graph volume as a function of inverse pressure. Once again, go to Insert, Chart, XY Scatter. Now in this case, I'm not going to show you what it looks like because I want you to find out on your own. You want to rename the sheet for this experiment, as you're going to have 2 other experiments, one with ideal gas 8. You also want to include the title at the top because when I'm looking at your information, I will need that label to understand what I'm looking at. And then finally, real gas nitrogen. And then last thing I want to show you is how to submit this information. Go to File, Print, and then scale your data to 1 page wide by 1 page tall in order to make sure that the chart doesn't cut off, and save this as a PDF. And this is what it looks like. And that's pretty much it.